I have no idea how to change my name on here. I'm on my phone, so.
Right. Oh, on your phone.
And your phone makes it a little more difficult.
Oh, go out to participants and click on your name. And
But on your phone, I think you have to
it'll
do
have a
something
drop
different.
down, and then
Yeah, on your phone
it'll
it's
say
different.
rename.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
you're on your phone?
Yep, but I found it.
Awesome. You guys are quicker than me.
Boom.
So Sandra, are you ready for Christmas? Got all the shopping done?
That's a good one. No. Oh, yeah, we'll see.
Well, don't you got that cute little puppy dog there that you gotta buy treats for?
Yeah, I'll leave that to my wife. She sure knows how to shop. Yeah, no, it's approaching fast, isn't it? There's not enough time in the day, every day.
My husband said he leaves up the practical gifts to me, and then he gets to go out and find the gay gifts.
Oh,
So I think one of my kids is going to get a Chio pet this Christmas. Have you guys seen David Ross?
those things that you like, it's like a plant and you grow and they grow like hair or whatever.
Yep.
Like, okay.
I can still think of the
Yep.
song comes to my head. Like the commercial song, I remember that.
Oh, I had a Shetland sheepdog that would go crazy every time during the holidays. It would hear that commercial going, cha-cha-cha-chia.
Yeah.
The Chia pets, yeah.
Hi, chamber people. Oh, they just clicked off.
They were there. They decided
We're unmuted.
Good morning.
How you doing? Yep. Okay. Everybody having a good day so far?
So far.
So far, so good.
good.
No, what's up?
You're just talking about Chio pets.
Good topic.
Exciting topics, right?
All right. I'm gonna.
Are we gonna have a white Christmas?
Andrew,
Yeah,
Andrew, you need a GoPro.
I need a GoPro.
Driving again?
Yeah.
No, he's in the office.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Need this year to be over. That's what I really need.
I hear ya.
Alexander.
Oh, Leanne says hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. There's not enough time in the day, or I need the days to get longer.
Pretty soon. 21st. The shortest day.
And we're done with the shortest day, weren't we?
I've always thought it was December 21st, first day of winter.
Last night they made kind of a big deal on Channel 11 that the sunset was a minute later than it was the day before or something. I thought so. I don't know.
I think
There's
this will be the
doing, like-
21st because there's some new constellation that's supposed to be on the 21st that comes around like once every 80 years
two,
or something or other.
Saturn and Jupiter or something are supposed to be like real close or something. Isn't that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So maybe that's changing it. I don't know.
So winter solstice, isn't that usually the last day, or is that the first day of the of it getting longer again or something like that. I'm not
Yeah.
sure. I think winter solstice is around December 21st as well.
I think you're
Yeah.
correct. But I don't know. Last night they made a big deal. I thought that, I'm like, okay.
I fell asleep at 9:30, so I'm no help. I missed the news.
Probably didn't
Yeah.
miss a lot.
Slept at about 8:30 last night. Got home at like 7, had dinner, fell asleep. Oh,
That's usually how it goes.
normally I'm up late, but last night I just couldn't do it.
Antoinette's coming on.
Hello, guys.
Hello. We can't see your face.
No, and I don't know where my picture went. I've got distance learning going on right now. So,
Oh,
yeah, I don't know what happened to my picture. How's everybody doing?
good.
Good.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Good as can be.
Yeah.
So are you ready for the holidays?
I am actually. I just need a wrap. And then
I do that immediately when I come home with the presents, either that or the kids are Snoopy.
Oh, that's smart. In Arizona, we used to like get together and have like my girlfriends, we just do a wrapping party.
Well, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it makes it, more festive. Doesn't make it seem such like a chore.
Yeah. Yeah, I usually stack my gifts and then the wrapping is at the end. So that sounds a lot more fun to do it as a party.
It is. It's especially because there's usually wine involved.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Any excuse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a wine glass in the back of my, see, 2 of them?
Oh, like
Yeah.
ooh, I love your kitchen.
Thanks.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's either coffee or wine. I cannot find what happened to my picture, my photo.
Doug, you still got those lights wrapped around your head.
Trying to be festive
Hope
all,
you took them
all
off
season.
last night.
What's that?
I said I
told
hope
them-
you took them off before you went to bed last night.
Oh yeah, I leave them on the hat because they're wrapped around my head, and I have to plug them into the wall, so it stays right at my desk.
he was, I don't know if you guys were on Wake Park yesterday, but I told him that's one way to make a first impression.
Yeah,
And I told him he's totally gonna fit in with our group.
yeah.
Have you met Jeremy yet?
Yes, he did. Jeremy was on Wake Park
Oh, yeah.
yesterday.
Yeah. I actually knew Jeremy from Home Builders, so
Oh, nice.
we've went in, had a couple interactions, and I have him coming out the 28th to do my events.
Nice. Did you see a lot of familiar faces yesterday?
Yeah, actually, Dexter and Mike Imholt, they're in my BNI group.
Oh, nice.
And then Mark is in is Rotary. So
Oh, okay. How long have you been in their BNI group?
I think it's just going on 3 months, so probably
Okay.
2.5 months.
Okay, nice.
Not very long.
I visited that group one time. That's why I was asking.
Oh yeah, yeah, good group.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Yep.
What's
We got
that one called?
22 professional referral team.
Okay.
Oh, you
I
guys meet
haven't
on
heard of that one.
Wednesdays? Is it like Wednesdays at 7 or something?
It's Tuesdays at 8:30.
Oh, no, I'm way off.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we have 22 in there now.
Oh,
We're
wow.
growing, so
That's really good, actually.
yeah, yeah.
Is everybody else ready for Christmas?
I
Yeah.
am.
Anybody working next week?
Sure.
Yeah. Probably every day.
Yeah, not quite ready for Christmas yet, but oh well, we'll make it work.
I'm excited to actually leave my house and go to the office next week.
You get to go back to the office next week?
Yeah, because the kids are off. Like when the kids are off, I'm definitely going to the office.
Oh.
I heard somebody else say that yesterday,
I have,
especially on Christmas Eve. Oh, she's like, oh yeah, I'm working Christmas Eve for sure.
I just have major cabin fever. I feel like I'm being tortured. Hi, Haley.
Hi, I'm making sure I put the little star before my name.
That's
Oh, I guess
good.
I have to do that too, don't I?
Yep. Get all the recognition you can.
That's why I wear the hat.
It's smart.
There we go.
And I'm just festive, so.
Love it. So did you guys have issues getting on? Because somebody had said that we were having internet issues at the chamber.
I didn't have any problems. I think I was the first one on. No,
Oh.
Brian beat me.
Oh. Well, yeah.
I was the first one on.
I don't read lips very well, but I try.
Sorry, I had muted myself again. I was the first one on, didn't have any issues, but since then I've had some things saying that my internet is not great. So hopefully I don't have any issues, but we'll see. Everybody else okay? You can hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yep. I haven't had any issues coming on or
Okay.
being on.
That's good. That's good.
Hi, Stacy.
Hey, Stacy.
Good morning. Brian, I forgot to call you yesterday.
You did. Yep. Give me a call today. I should probably later this afternoon, and I'll be around.
Okay.
So can swing by and get a couple calendars. So
Yeah, I won't be in St. Cloud probably till next week or so.
oh, okay.
So,
That's
but
fine.
okay, awesome. Thank
Yeah,
you.
whatever works for you. Or we
Okay.
can figure out another time too. You can call me and we can figure out another time. So
Sounds good.
so what do people think? Are we gonna have a white Christmas or is it gonna be brown?
Brown.
Brown, hell.
That's a bummer.
They're talking, there's a chance there's a snowstorm coming that they're saying Wednesday, but it's too early to say, if we're gonna get hit bad or not, but so there's a chance for white Christmas. That'd be fun to get snow on that day, the day before, so.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It'll miss
That would
us.
be fun.
Thursday, it says it's supposed to be 9 degrees, so that would be the day we'd probably get it, Christmas Eve.
What's the temperature today?
25.
Nice.
25 right now.
It's supposed to be 36 today, or tomorrow, sorry.
I've got my 9-year-old had the ski lesson this evening at Powder Ridge.
Ooh, burr.
Well, and the chalet's not open, so it'll be interesting.
Right. We just sold a cargo box. I only used it a couple of times in 8 years for, going to a family reunion. And everybody that came to look, everybody that called on it and stuff, wanted to know how wide or long it was because they wanted to fit skis in it because you have to bring your own skis and everything. And I didn't even think about that, where the chateaus would have to be closed.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. And they have to do he did kids club last year and snowboarded, and this year he wanted to learn how to ski, and they usually do group lessons, and they can't do group lessons this year, so you have to book like try to book everything in advance, or else, you know, the season will be over.
Interesting.
For the
Can you not then rent skis even at the places?
It'll be interesting. So part of his kids club package is he gets the equipment.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know if they're limiting it to just kids club, or I'd be surprised if they didn't do rental. They might just have it staggered.
Yeah, I would think that would be a smart thing, because obviously, you know, people go and might go in a group of friends or something, but not everybody has skis, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll report back. I'll report back at Chamber Connection tomorrow.
There you go.
Sounds good.
It's just like, it's just so convenient to be in the chalet to get everybody geared up and ready. And now we have to do it in the car.
Probably the same for like hockey and stuff too, I think, because I know there's some outdoor rinks that are trying to open, or trying to do some outdoor rinks at least, and have to do the same thing as far as getting ready, I suppose, in the car instead. I don't know.
The only thing so the chalet is open to use the restrooms. They're having everybody purchase tickets online, so you can't even purchase a ticket there.
I suppose makes sense. Yeah.
At least it's open. That's how I look at it.
True. Yeah.
Hi, gang.
Hey, hi.
Hello, Jim.
Having lunch?
About to. We get the meeting rolling first,
Right.
because I have to step away to heat it up. And then I can take the phone with me, but you don't need to see the ceiling swinging around.
That makes me dizzy. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Cook, you certainly have an interesting hat on. That's cool.
Thank you. I grabbed a string of lights from the garage. I recommend finding some that are battery powered, because my head's a little hot right now. It's not because I'm an angry guy.
I love it. Hi, Russ. I like your background.
Oh, thank you. I got
like your hothead pun. I had told Dave Faust with Stonehouse Resources, we found a downside to being positive. And it went right over his head. He got all concerned. He said, well, too much positivity might be Pollyannish, but if we have a pessimistic attitude, and I said, Dave, that was an attempt at humor in 2020. If you're told you're positive, you might have COVID. That's a downside.
Nice. Nice.
And he says, oh, gee, maybe I take myself too seriously at times.
I don't want to be positive. No.
That's funny.
Oh, that is hilarious.
I could see him like not getting it.
Yeah, I could too.
Jason, I appreciate you dressing up for us today.
Sure, it's everywhere. I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't see it this morning at 7 o'clock. It wasn't on.
It's my traditional Christmas shopping outfit.
Funny. Funny.
You also just break out into carols, because that's what seems like should be happening.
No, but I embarrass my kids during their distance learning Zoom meetings. It's funnier than hell.
Be careful when you're hosting a Chamber Connection turnabout. Might be fair play.
Right.
I see that as being a perk of being a parent, right?
You have to, yeah, exactly.
Perk is one way to put it.
Yeah.
I see Stacy's got her kids hanging out too, huh?
That's cute.
Liz, I like the window background. That glass is cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I live in a house that's about 120 years old. So the top of this window, I'm in my office right now. The top of the window is all leaded glass, and I think it's so pretty.
It's cool.
All right, thank you all for coming. We're gonna, not to cut you off there, sorry Liz, but we're gonna start with our breakout rooms here. So the first question that we'd like people to kind of discuss, talk about is how many banks are located in St. Cloud? How many banks do you think are located in St. Cloud?
Oh, jeez.
Hey, Roxanne. Hello, all that are joining. We got people in the breakout rooms right now. We'll be bringing them back here shortly, and then we'll get into the second one. So just want to let you all know you are at the right meeting, but people are just in the breakout rooms right now.
Guys are you guys whispering? Who's whispering?
All right, once we get everybody back from our first breakout rooms here.
Are you gonna tell us how many banks there are?
Well, you were supposed to know the answer. That's why we asked.
We had a lot of debate.
Did they tell us like whether it was 3 or 4 or 5 digits?
That I'm not, I do not have the answer. I am sorry.
I think it's 6, Sherry, 6.
6 digits.
Lots. All right, so second question for our breakout rooms. What does your organization do to reinvest in the community?
Oh my gosh, how fun. Let's go.
Let's go.
Welcome everybody back. As they're just closing out the breakout rooms here, we'll have one more question once everybody gets back here. Should be back shortly. All right, welcome back everybody. Hopefully that was a good discussion there. We do have one last breakout question. What is your company's customer service motto? What is your company's customer service motto? Hey Ryan. We just got everybody out to breakout rooms. If you want, we can send you to one. The question that people are talking about is, what is your company's customer service motto?
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Peg.
Slow right now, but.
Roll.
Caitlin H. Welcome back, everybody, and welcome to our Sauk Rapids Chamber meeting. I am Brenda Sickler, the chair of your Sauk Rapids Chamber.
And I am Sam Leeser, vice chair of Sauk Rapids Chamber.
Today's meeting is hosted by Gate City Bank. We have Megan and Ryan here today, and then we will have Angie from the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency. She will be speaking about smart salting for our roadways.
All right, a couple of announcements here before we get started. First here, we'll have Carmen talk about some Zoom and chat etiquette for us.
All right, so I feel like everyone is pretty familiar with Zoom. At the bottom, obviously, or side top, depending on what device you're using, you can click on participants. If you need to change your name, we would like your name and your business. And if this is your first time, put an asterisk by your name so that we can know that it's your first time and we can applaud you. Obviously, mute yourself if it's not your turn to talk. And use the chat feature for any announcements, anything you have going on with your business, anything you like to share, any kind of testimonials. And if you need any extra additional help, you can always private message me.
All right, thank you, Carmen. Couple of things. First, we want to thank Meta 13 for hosting our November meeting last month. Learned a lot there from them. Just a reminder, hosting Sauk Rapids Chamber, a great way to promote your business. You can host in person or virtually. As of right now, we do have January and February open, so we are looking for some hosts for January and February already. So if you or anybody you know might be interested, please feel free to reach out to one of us, to anybody on the executive committee for Sauk Rapids or the chamber board, and we can definitely hook you up with that. Couple reminders of that: if you are hosting virtually with Zoom, there is a $75 hosting fee. So just to keep that in mind. But if you do decide to host in person, then you are required to provide the lunch for everybody in attendance. And then also, of course, right now, just the requirements for proper social distancing and any guidelines that would have to be followed there. Please remember to register for the chamber meetings in advance. Registrations are accepted until noon on the Tuesday before the meeting. That's on Thursday. And then also a reminder, chamber businesses can post on the Sauk Rapids Facebook page. So any updates you might have for your business, any promotions, feel free to reach out or post stuff on the chamber Facebook page, and make sure if you haven't already, please like the Sauk Rapids Chamber Facebook page as well. Next up, we are going to have Jessica Meyer. She has an announcement with the Chamber Food Drive.
Okay, again, I'm Jessica Meyer, Advantage One Insurance, and I'm on the Food Drive Committee this year. We are doing the Charity Challenge again, and we appreciate any amount donated, as your donations are matched by the Norman Skilicki Foundation, and the local food drives have double the buying power, so your guys' donations are able to be quadrupled. This is our last week, and I would like to make a shout out to our $100 and $500 challenge donors so far. So I'm going to quickly list those off and so we can recognize them. For $100 challenge, we have Debbie Clausen, Kayla Ward, Mike Brower, H&S Heating ×2, Dr. Mark, Advantage Cairo, Eric Hansen, Abra Otta Body and Glass, Bill Penning, April May Good, Jim Granke, Brenda with IntelliConnect, Frank with the Camera Shop, David with Right Soft, Royal Renovations, Larry with Executive Express, Susan Dean, Don with Digital Magic, Perry with the Vacuum Center, Mike Imholt, Van Sheppers, Linda Allen, Cheryl with Mid-Country Bank, Advantage One Insurance, Greg Tice with Get Home Inspections, Dr. Tom, Infinite Eye Care, Batteries Plus, Ashley Green Thumb, AVX, and Paula and Ann from Falcon Bank. Also, our $500 challenge is H&S Heating, Bank Vista, Bad Cat, Black Diamond Auctions, Trout, The Optimist Club, FaceTime Business Resources, Design Electric, and Bridget V with Guarantee and Title. We appreciate all of you so much, and I'm going to put in the chat just a little bit more information about the food drive. So if you want to look for it there, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. That's a huge list. You guys are doing a great job, and thank you to everybody who has contributed to the Chamber's food drive. As we continue virtual meetings, the Sauk Rapids Chamber has decided to add our little game called the Secret Square. And as you are looking at the person speaking, and just look at those little squares that are sitting in front of you, watch for something that's different about one of the people, something that's been added to their space that's different than usual. It could be a picture, it could be something iconic, it could be something hanging behind them. So if you will be looking for that during the meeting, near the end of the meeting, I will have you private message the Chamber, and tell us who you think is the secret square. And at the end, Gate City Bank will be contributing a prize to the drawing winner from all the people that have found the secret square. So please be looking for that. Remember, you're going to be looking during the meeting. Near the end of the meeting, we'll post what it is that you're looking for those who haven't found it yet, to give a little more opportunity to win a prize. So look for that secret square.
All right, now we will have our first poll question here for Gate City. So the first poll question is, how many hours have Gate City Bank team members volunteered since 2003? All right, the poll is done. The correct answer was A, 237 hours since 2003. That is a lot of hours, so great job, Gate City Bank there. And great job to everybody who guessed it properly. It's like 45% had it right.
All right, it is time for introductions. Please tell us your name, your company, and your tagline. If this is your first time attending our meeting, when it's time for your introduction, please say that you are a first timer so that we can acknowledge you. Also, first timers, we're asking that you send your contact information, name, company, email address, and a contact telephone number. If you could send that information via private message to the Chamber, one of our leads for the Sauk Rapids Chamber will do a follow-up with you and just see if you have any questions or would like more information about the Sauk Rapids Chamber. So it goes a little like this. I'm Brenda Sickler from Tyson Dental. Our patients like to come to the dentist. That's the truth.
I am Sam Leeser with Purpose Driven Realty Team at Edina Realty, where your purpose is our passion. And I will call the next three attendees. So if we just go in that order, and I'll just keep calling three once those ones are finished. So first up, we have Bernie Hollis, Brian Jarl, and April Good.
Good morning, everyone. Bernie Hallis with New Century Real Estate, where I bring dreams home, and I am your past Sauk Rapids chair.
Hello, everybody. Brian Jarl, Advantage One Insurance Agency, or all our policies come with an agent. Also, obviously, a top. Oops, I muted myself again. Sorry. Brian Jarl, Advantage One Insurance. Top hatter today also, and also just wanted to wish you all a Merry Christmas.
Hey everyone, happy holidays. April May Good with AMG Promotions and Apparel, serving the St. Cloud area for, well, been here 32 years and have been in business for myself 25 years, helping local businesses utilize promotional advertising as an effective marketing tool. And remember, it's all good.
All right, next up we have Antoinette, Sander, and Caitlin H.
Hi guys, I'm Antoinette. I am the membership specialist with the Chamber. Happy holidays.
Hello, everybody. I'm Sander Anderson with Bremer Bank Mortgage out of St. Cloud here, and I am on your Sauk Rapids Executive Committee.
I'm Caitlin Hegland with Hagacomer CPAs.
All right, next up we have Doug Cook, Kaylee Ellenson, and Sarah Forsek.
Hello, I'm Doug Cook with Headwater Strategic Succession Consulting. I'm a certified exit planning advisor, and this is my first meeting. I help business owners prepare for the eventual sale of their company. And my tagline is open the door to your ideal exit.
Thursday, everyone. I'm Kaylee Ellison with Back at Digital Marketing. We're the best place to have bodies on Google's second page. And I'm also the vice chair of your Wake Park Chamber and part of your marketing committee.
Hi everyone, Sarah Forsythe here with Meta 13, Central Minnesota's premier web development design and custom programming shop. Also a member of the Sauk Rapids Executive Committee.
All right, next up we have Haley Everson, Stacy Coral, and Liz Kellner.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is my first time because I started my own business. So I'm Haley Everson. I'm with Media H. I'm a social media management company, and we make managing your social media simple and affordable. Thank you.
Welcome. Hello, Stacy Coral from Gabriel Media. That's home of Spirit 92.9, KS 1180 AM and KS 93.5. From God's heart to your ears, playing the right message at the right time.
Hello, everyone. Liz Kellner with Odor Eliminators. We get the sink out, make you know smile. And if your carpets need cleaning, we can take care of that for you. I'm on the Sauk Rapids Chamber Executive Board, one of your top hat ambassadors as well.
All right, next up we have Kelly Doss, Carmen Hernandez, and Megan Bisodeau.
Good afternoon, Chamber. I am Kelly Doss with Central Minnesota Mental Health Center, where together we are creating healthier lives and wishing everybody a safe and happy holiday.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Carmen Hernandez with Advantage Chiropractic, helping employers encourage wellness for their employees, and also a part of your Sauk Rapids Chamber Committee.
Hi, everybody. I'm Megan Bistodew with Gate City Bank. If you want the best rate, come to the gate.
All right, next up we have Jim Grunke, Russ Karish, and Jason Miller.
Hi, Jim Greinke with Mark J. Trout Wells Incorporated, Trout Companies, where we know water from the bottom to the tap, and we think boring is exciting. And looking forward to today's Mpca presentation on smart salting. I am proud to be serving on the Smart Salting State Technical Advisory Committee. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Russ Carter. Actually, good afternoon. I'm Russ Karsh with Companions Forever Pet Cremation Service, where we treat every pet as family and only cremate one pet at a time.
Hey everyone, good afternoon. Jason Miller, Premier Real Estate Services, where this year I'm celebrating 15 years of helping happy homeowners. Also a top hat ambassador and the chair of Friday Morning Chamber Connection. Join us tomorrow morning when Ashley Green and Green Thumb, etc. host the Chamber Ugly Sweater Party.
All right, next up we have Kayla Blunt, Laura Wagner, and Sherry Moran.
Hi, Kayla Blunt, Topper's Pizza, Never Settle.
Hi, Laura Wagner with the St. Cloud Area Chamber of Commerce. Glad to see you all today.
Merry Christmas, Sherry with Gabriel Media. That's family friendly Spirit 92.9, playing all Christmas music. And Kay, yes, I'm also a top hatter and reminding you to thank God every day.
All right, next up we have Gail Ivers, Amanda Offwalt, and Jessica Meyer.
Gail Ivers of your Chamber of Commerce, the voice of business in Sauk Rapids.
I'm Amanda Othout. I'm the Executive Director for Benton Economic Partnership. We lead and encourage economic development efforts throughout the communities of Benton County.
Jessica Meyer, Advantage One Insurance, where every policy comes with an agent, and also on the Food Drive Committee. Thanks so much for your donations.
All right, next up we have Roxanne Ryan, Lisa Braun, and Bradley Bergstrom.
Okay, I got unmuted. Awesome. All right, I'm Roxanne Ryan Lane with Wacosa DocuShred, home of the Can Do Cruise, and our fabulous ThriftWorks thrift store. And we also do free holiday light recycling. So if those lights that don't work are making you crazy, put it to good use and we can recycle them for free. Have a great day. Have a good holiday.
Happy holidays. Lisa Brown representing your Sauk Rice Board of Education, and also during the day, Director of the City of St. Cloud Aging Services, including Whitney Senior Center and RSVP.
Good afternoon. Happy holidays, everybody. Brad Bergstrom, lucky enough to be the superintendent for Sauk Rapids Rice Public Schools.
All right, next up we have Bruce Polish, Ryan Coy, and Todd Schultz.
Bruce Polish, Gate City Bank, supervisor at the St. Cloud location. If you want the best rate, come to the gate. And it is my first time attending today. So.
Hi, I'm Ryan Coy with Gate City Bank as well. If you want the best rate, come to the gate. And it is also my first time at the Sauk Rapids event today. So great to see everybody.
Happy holidays, everyone. Todd Schultz representing the city of Sauk Rapids.
All right, next up we have Peg Imholt, Kelly Corbett, and Hannah Baston.
Hi, I'm Peg Imholt of Black Diamond Auctions, serving the area for over 40 years. With Black Diamond Auctions, we do personal property, real estate, and business liquidations. Online now, maybe live some other time. And we also have Black Diamond Benefits, where we help nonprofits raise more money. I am a Top Hat ambassador. Thank you.
Hello, Kelly Corbett with Gabriel Media, also Spirit 92.9 and KS. Wishing you all a Merry Christmas. We inspire faith by offering hope and encouragement.
Hi, everyone. My name is Hannah Baston with White Box Marketing. This is my first meeting, and we focus on strategic, creative, and effective campaigns.
All right. Next up, we have Jodie Speicher.
Happy Thursday, everyone. Jodie Speicher with the Good Shepherd Community in Sauk Rapids and Shepherd of Grace Senior Community in Becker. And Graceful Living begins here. I'm also the chair of the Chamber Membership Division. Have a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
All right, is there anybody that we missed? Anybody that I did not call on for introductions? If I did, speak up. Let us know. Anybody? All right. We will get into our, thank you all for coming today. We will get into our second poll question here. The second poll question is, how many ATM fees has Gate City Bank refunded since 2006?
We need the music. Do, 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 yeah. Do, do, do. See, yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, correct.
All right, looks like we are all done. The correct answer was C, 38 million. So 17% of you got that one right, 5 of you. So good job to those 5. 38 million, how many ATM fees Gate City Bank has refunded since 2006?
Huge numbers. Okay, at this time, I'd like to introduce our hosts from Gate City Bank, Ryan and Megan.
Thanks, Brenda, and thanks everybody for attending today. I am Megan with Gate City Bank, and you met Ryan when he introduced himself. We're going to share a little bit about what we do here. Thumbs up if you can see what I'm presenting. Great. So at Gate City, we are new to town, but we're not new to banking. We are a full service bank that was founded in 1923 in North Dakota. We live by our slogan for a better way of life and aim to deliver that to customers, communities, and team members every day. Things that set us apart include those automatically refunded ATM fees in astronomical amounts, our Better Life student loan program, and locally serviced home loans. We also have a passion for giving back to the communities that we serve, and we do this through philanthropic giving, team member volunteerism, and in-kind donations. And most importantly, we do banking. We have accounts to cover all your needs, from personal to business, even retirement. Some key features include instant issue debit cards. So if you're sick of waiting for that to come in the mail, if you happen to misplace it or the dog eats it, you don't have to wait. We also have a debit card rewards program that allows you to earn 1 point for every $2 you spend and redeem that for cash or gift cards, and a Simply Save program, which rounds up your debit card purchases and grows your savings or shrinks your loan balance. As you can see from this slide, we offer loans on just about anything you can purchase at competitive rates. If you happen to find a better rate in town, we will match it. And now I'm going to hand it over to Ryan to talk about business loans and mortgages.
Great, thanks, Megan. So I'll talk a little bit about our business lending. I actually started at Gate City Bank as a business banker. We can accommodate almost all of your business needs. Our wheelhouse at Gate City is really serving small to medium businesses. So our typical business customer would have maybe about 5 million or less in total business debt. We do a lot of business vehicles. We have very competitive rates there. We're also quite unique in how we finance investment properties. So we can offer up to 30-year fixed rate terms on single family up to 4-unit rental properties. We hold all of our business loans in-house, so we are not dealing with any secondary market provider for our business loans. And one of the most exciting things is how we partner with nonprofits. With philanthropic giving being so special to Gate City Bank, we always offer below market rates to our nonprofit customers, as well as zero origination fees. Next slide. Now I'll talk a little bit about our mortgage lending and a couple of things that make us unique. So as you can see, we have what's called the Blue Standard pre-approval. This product came about several years ago at Gate City Bank, and we had noticed that at times through people's mortgage process, even if they got that pre-approval, sometimes things would maybe go wrong and it didn't end up working out. So when you receive a pre-approval from Gate City Bank, it is a guarantee. So even if we make a mistake when we're underwriting your loan, we will still stand behind that loan and be there on closing day. So no deals will fall apart, even if the mistake was on us. We also offer local servicing. So if you've ever had an insurance check from a property or an escrow question, and your loan's been sold off to somebody on the secondary market, it can really be a pain and a hassle to call that 1-800 number with a long wait time and try to figure out, what you can do to remedy your situation. So with all of our mortgages being held at Gate City Bank for servicing, you can stop into any of your branches or call into any Gate City Bank location to answer your question. We also offer a unique program called our 10-day close. So after the underwriting process is done, if you bring us all your documents, we can guarantee a closing in 10 days on that property. And this has come into play a lot of times. Sometimes maybe something didn't work out with a different lender or you're under a time crunch. We can accommodate that in 10 days at Gate City Bank. We also have no down payment options available, and also options of up to 100% financing on your mortgage. And lastly, if you're looking to build a house and you want to take advantage of today's great rates, you can lock your interest rate for up to 15 months with Gate City Bank. And if that rate goes lower as you're approaching the end of construction and the closing time, there is an option to float that rate down once again within 60 days of closing. So we have a lot of options available to accommodate any of your mortgage needs. Thanks, Megan.
Thanks, Ryan. And our biggest tie-in to our great mortgage experience is our innovative Better Life student loan program. This is our most unique program, the first and only of its kind in the nation. This program is offered in conjunction with Gate City Bank mortgages and can help you buy your first home by decreasing your monthly student loan payments, allow you flexibility to purchase more home, or upgrade to a bigger home. We have the ability to finance personal or private loans at 1.5%. That was a lot of information in a short amount of time, but if anybody has any questions, we are happy to answer them.
Maybe post the step picture too. Do you want to do that? Sure. Okay. Did anybody have any questions for Megan or Ryan? Oh, yes, we do. Sherry?
Yeah. Does that mean that, like, my understanding is student loans right now are like closer to 10% or something? I mean, maybe they're 8, but they're a lot more than mortgage rates. So does that mean that potentially a student could get a student loan? Explain that. Are we looking at like half the interest rate?
I can explain that. So I'll give you kind of where this idea came from for Gate City Bank too. So as a community bank, we noticed that student loan debt was really a burden for a lot of younger individuals that were looking to buy their first home. Most student loans are taken out maybe around a 5 to 7% range. So it's quite a high interest rate, and it can be really tough to get approved for that mortgage. So we created this program in conjunction with our mortgage program. So anyone who has a current mortgage with us, refinances with us, or does a purchase, we can do up to $100,000 of their student loan debt refinanced for 15 years fixed at 1.5%. And there's no fees at all. So that is part of our community giving, so to speak. It's obviously not a profitable arm of our business, but it's a way for us to help our community members that want to buy that first home and have, a student loan.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it's a really fun program to tell people about and to be a part of. So great question.
Great product.
Liz, did you have a question?
Yeah, I do. Now that you're in the St. Cloud area, how many locations do you have in this area? And are they all fully staffed, or are some remote, or just how does that work?
That's a great question, Liz. We have 3 locations in the St. Cloud area. I am in our Sauk Rapids location, which is located inside of Coburn's. We are fully staffed. The lobby is open. We have protective equipment in place. We do also have drive-through at all of our locations. So there's a location in St. Cloud. That's where Bruce works out of. And we have a location in Waite Park as well.
Okay. Jason, question?
Yeah, not a question, just a shout out and back to Sherry's question and the other comments in the chat. I do a lot of work with the State and National Association of Realtors, and one of the top 2 things that is getting in the way of first-time home buyers purchasing a home in the next couple of years is their student loan debt. So a shout out to a bank of coming up with something creative to kind of help alleviate that burden, because it's the first-time home buyers that really drive the entire housing market. We need first-time home buyers to help first-time home sellers so they can move up and move on and things like that. So I've never heard of a program like that. It's really innovative and creative, and I think you'll be really successful with it. So kudos.
Thanks, Jason.
Any other questions?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. This is Peg Imholt with Black Diamond Auctions. I got to put on my gear. Our youngest son, went to Fargo at NDSU, and Gate City is such a huge supporter of that school and in the community. I'm sure that there's going to be lots of great things happening here in St. Cloud, and I can't say enough good about how much they have supported up in Fargo, and I'm sure it'll be like that here. Thank you.
Thanks, Peg. Okay, anybody else have a question? Well, thank you, Megan and Ryan. That was a great presentation, and obviously we have a lot of interest. And thanks for having questions today. We're going to go to our speaker presentation next. We have Angie. She is here with us today from Duluth, I believe it is, from the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency. She's going to be talking about smart salting for our roadways. Angie, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Just to clarify, the PCA does have a office in Duluth, but I'm actually stationed out of the St. Paul office.
Oh, that's right. Cool.
Okay, I'm just waiting to get online. There. Okay, first confirm, can you hear me and see me?
We can.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for having me. So as a reminder, I have 15 minutes, correct? Or so?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, well, thanks so much. Here, I'm going to bring up my presentation first. So I am here to talk about the Mpca's chloride reduction program with, we have a lot of aspects to the program that I won't cover today, that if you have questions about, I can, get you to, like water softening stuff that we're doing and other things like that. But I'm going to be covering just a little bit about the environmental impacts of chloride and why we're working on it and why we're trying to reduce it with earnest, and also talking about our training program that I am the coordinator of, and just sort of how that looks and how what we're hoping for in 2021. I wanted to just, excuse me, I suppose I should introduce myself a little bit just to give you some context. I'm newish to the chloride reduction program and been here a little over a year, but I've been at the Mpca for 16 years, mostly working, interestingly, in the Small Business Environmental Assistance Program, helping businesses to understand their regulatory obligations, as well as offering assistance programs in a non-confidential way where they can come and feel like they can just talk about what they're doing, even though they feel like they might not be following the law. We can't tell anyone else in the building about it. So small businesses seem to appreciate that service. And then I was also helping with a lot of the outreach and assistance, like newsletters, and letting small businesses know around the state what they can do to go beyond compliance and be green. And even before that, I was working in environmental purchasing for state government, long before like green was cool. So I've had a lot of experience with the agency, but this is a somewhat new position for me, which I'm really enjoying and have the benefit of working with the person that's been in the program for over 10 years, Brooke Osselson. And we're working together to just expand the program as much as possible. So I'm now the training coordinator, and she does pretty much everything else, and we're still very, very busy. So with that, I will get started on my presentation. I suppose I should say, excuse me, I forgot to share screen. Where is that here? Mm-hmm. There. Screen share. Okay, so let me know when you see it.
Yep, we can see it.
Okay, and it looks good from your end? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think I covered the chloride program in general. I'm going to just take a few slides to talk about the environmental impacts and kind of, I did a little research to try to bring it home, as it were, and talk about things that are going on in your region, just so you kind of have a sense and can, have some context for it. But it is statewide and going on all over the state with a variety of primarily cities and watershed districts being our partner in terms of at least the training program. And we wouldn't have it without them. So we really appreciate everything that they have done. Well, I gotta move this, excuse me. So basically, just to cover the environmental impacts very quickly, in a nutshell and kind of, tongue in cheek, we advise that all Minnesota's lakes be on a low salt diet. Just like doctors tell us to be on a low salt diet, our lakes and streams should also follow the same advice, because road salt is a permanent pollutant, meaning it never goes away. Not like other pollutants that you might be familiar with that get absorbed, integrated, bioaccumulate, wash away. Salt does wash away, but it never goes away anywhere. Often, especially if a lake is a little bit more isolated, it will just sit there. And it does some, after a while, it does some pretty harmful things in terms of the regular runnings of a lake. Sometimes when there's enough salt, the lake stops turning over in the fall and spring, if you're familiar with that, which makes a kind of this salty layer on the bottom of a lake in the middle of winter. And there's no life down there in the middle of winter. And then sometimes in the summer it can move up, or it just stays there and it's totally a dead zone at the bottom of a lake. We are actually turning several of our Minnesota lakes into tiny oceans, and we can't do anything about it. Feasibly, economically feasibly, we can't. There's a few technologies that are out there, but they're so cost prohibitive that it doesn't make any sense as of right now. I'm sure you're all familiar. There's a couple of photos here where I'm sure you're very familiar with this, those types of scenes where, you know, there's a big snow pile somewhere that has been on the edge of a parking lot, and then you'll see like a stream of salt coming out of it. And if you look even closer, usually it goes, and it's made to do this, drain towards the storm drain, right? And then where does it go after that? Straight into our water resources that are near us, literally, and there's no stopping it, and it just gets right into the water. Especially in the spring, there's a huge influx of salt in our waters, and it really can have a big impact on the viability of the you know, the new life, that's the new eggs, you know, the baby fish that are growing, and other, you know, smaller insects and whatnot. Just to put it in perspective, I'll talk about the state standard in a minute, but this relates to the state standard. It's really easy to think of it this way. If you were to have a 5-gallon bucket of water and you put 1 teaspoon of road salt in it, that is a permanent pollution of our lake, of that 5 gallons of water. That's where fish and aquatic life start to be affected by it, which seems, you know, pretty small. And then extrapolate that out to the, you know, the hundreds of thousands of tons of salt that we apply to our roadways every year across Minnesota. Just some numbers to try to not, basically so what I was saying about the 1 teaspoon in 5 gallons, that relates to the state standard for toxicity in aquatic life in Minnesota. It is at 230 milligrams a liter. So if an ecosystem is exposed to that for even a little bit of time, not right away, but a certain amount of time, that will impair the lake, and it will definitely affect the ecosystem in the lake. If you ever are at a point where you're at 860 milligrams, that's immediate toxicity and probably will just kill whatever is exposed to it. So as I said, it's a permanent pollutant, it disrupts lake mixing. Now, another thing to really consider is that it not only affects our lakes and streams, but it also we're seeing strong evidence that it's starting to contaminate our groundwater. And I'll show you a few slides about that coming up. You know, and this is kind of a very concerning fact, because it gets just really tough for that to be dealt with, especially. Oh, that doesn't show up very good. What happened there? Oh, there. If everybody can see here, this might surprise some people. Maybe it's hard to see the colors. I've always found, I didn't make this map, but I've always found that the blues were a little bit tough to distinguish. But essentially this purple area, 42% of all annual contributions of chloride come from de-icing road salt in Minnesota, so almost half. Then after that comes fertilizer use, which the Mpca is not doing a lot with yet, because that's a highly complex issue, because the chloride is within the components of a fertilizer, and and it's not something that an audience we work with directly. But after that, though, is 22% of all chloride comes from WWTPs, which are wastewater treatment plants. Why is that? Because all of the chloride that goes down, if you're part of a area that you send it to a wastewater treatment plant, anything you put down the drain goes there. and it does not get filtered out. It's one of the things they do not filter for. So it truly just goes there and just comes right back out the other end the same. They're a major contributor to chloride, not in and of themselves, but everything they collect just goes straight through, right into our waterways. And then just quickly after that is this one, the 6% is the livestock waste, manure, which is similar to fertilizer. We don't deal a lot with that either. Residential septic systems are another one. And then after that, only 1% of the point sources, permitted industry is the ones that people like to point their finger at, really are the only contribute a little bit at the end of the day. And then last but not least is, I like to point out dust suppressant use, because more of that happens out your way. Only a little bit, that contains chloride, and rightly so, because it works really good in kind of, a good way to think of it is like a sponge, and it absorbs the water kind of, but not in a slippery way on the gravel. And that's what keeps the gravel from dusting all over the place. So it works really well for the purpose, but it contains chloride. And so when it eventually is run off, it goes right into the water. But in the whole pie, it's smaller compared to some of the other sources. And one thing I wanted to point out, just for your interest, is this is really hard to see probably, but if you can just see red dots and kind of tell Minnesota, you know where you are in the middle here. There's several wastewater treatment plants that are above the standard right in your area. So there's work being done in that area. Just quick, I just want to point out that the agency's goals right now, we have 16 of them. 3 of them are just about, excellence in our work. So essentially we have 13 that are about actual environmental outcomes. And of those 13, reducing chloride entering surface waters and groundwater is one of those 13. And number 1, I like to point out, even though that's not really true, they're all equally important. So here is the numbers in Minnesota. I know this is hard to see, but you kind of get the sense. Over on the map, the red part are impaired lakes and wetlands. So if they're red, they're exceeding the Minnesota standard for water quality. If they're, or rivers, these little squigglies, they're impaired for chloride. Oddly, there's a bunch down here that would be probably attributable to fertilizer, I would guess, or manure. And then not impaired, so over here, so there's 50 chloride impairments in lakes and streams in Minnesota. That means they're permanently polluted above the standard. 75 are on their way. They're just 10% short of the standard. That's all the yellow. So there is it's not too surprising. There's a lot in the metro, and then there's a few in greater Minnesota. But that's not, it's only because, Mpca and all of our partners who are so great about data collection, we just haven't been able to test everything either. So it is possible that there are more out there. We just can't test every single water body. It would be too cost prohibitive. So we're always looking for partners that are interested in helping us to make this map as accurate and robust as possible. But as of 2020, we just released a statewide chloride management plan that is a guide for everyone in Minnesota to take stock of like how they can interact with this and make an impact together. Overall, we've seen an increase in chloride in the Mississippi, Minnesota, and St. Croix rivers as of at least when Met Council tested it in 2014. This one is hard to read, but it's more about the point I'm trying to make. Essentially, if you can see the pink areas, they are productive aquifers. Some people pull from aquifers, like I do. Living in the Northeast Metro, I get mine out of the Prairie du Chien aquifer. Some people get it from surface water through their city. Some get it, if you're living further out, from a shallow private well. We've done quite a bit of work testing shallow wells across the state. We found that 40% of shallow wells tested across the state are increasing in chloride. So which means that you're getting more and more chloride in your drinking water if you're using a shallow well. And oh yeah, 2/3 of the shallow wells in the TCMA were exceeding 40, and then the other third was in the greater Minnesota. Really quick, not to get too deep in the details, but the red spots are bad. Yellow is on the way to being, or excuse me, orange is on the way to being bad. And yellow is showing signs of coming in that direction. So again, near St. Cloud, more south of you, I guess that would be by Wilmer. There's some, at least some in the shallow water, and some yellow, and several orange in southwestern St. Cloud in shallow. Now this is concerning of itself if you use a shallow well, but we know for a fact that eventually all of this is going to, it doesn't go anywhere. So eventually it's all going to seep down into the aquifer. And then these levels will be in the deep aquifer. And that's a problem. That would be a problem. For example, we were already seeing this in Madison, Wisconsin. They pull from the deep aquifer, and they have citizens calling in and complaining about how salty their water is. The city has gotten to the point where they need to invest millions and millions of dollars of figuring out a different system. And it's a problem for people that are salt sensitive, that are really actually trying to be on a low salt diet, and they're being exposed to chloride every day in their water. So just for fun, a little break here. I was just kind of curious to kind of bring it, bring it to your area. If people feel comfortable, either write it in the chat or just say out loud. Tell me some of the good fishing or boating lakes or streams in the St. Cloud area that you really like to go to. What's the best lake for fishing? Walleye, bass? Anyone?
Big Fish.
Big Fish?
Watam.
Oh, that's by Quarry, yeah. Which one?
Watam.
Where's that at?
West of St. Cloud.
St. Cloud.
By
Okay.
in Collegeville.
Okay. For fishing or both?
Both.
Yeah. Any others? I noticed there's definitely lakes around St. Cloud. I know a lot of people have cabins in the north, but there's Green Lake to the south and Speicher, Lake Coronis, I don't know, Island Lake, Pleasant Lake, Little Rock Lake. Any of these sound familiar?
Yeah, in the chat, people are writing in Grand Lake, Mille Lacs, Sagatagan, Goodner Lake.
That's west of St. Cloud. Okay, yeah. These are all lakes that, I'd have to take a look at the map, but they're part of the Mississippi water. For sure, they're part in some way directed to the Mississippi watershed in your area, but I don't know how actually isolated they are. And then when a lake is isolated and it doesn't have a lot of in and outflow, that's particularly concerning, because then the salt will just sit in there forever. So with that, I was just gonna, so yeah, the one thing I really wanted to point out too, on top of that lakes, is maybe this is hard to see, but I know everybody knows the answer to this question. What's that big blue line going through Sauk Rapids and St. Cloud? Mississippi River, right?
Yep.
Next, I also wanted to just kind of remind everyone, there's a little delay in my hitting my forward button. Remind everyone that there's also some watersheds near you that, so the Mississippi, of course, drains down and meets the Minnesota in the metro area, and then the rest of the story. Flows down to Louisiana. Oh, here. I just want to show you, in case you weren't aware, that the direct watershed in your area is really mostly to the east of you. But it's everything, and here's St. Cloud, way north of you, way south, way over to Meeker, down to right, and then it all comes down to where it meets the Minnesota. So in some way, all of these waters drain into the Mississippi River. Any salt that gets into any of them will just move. It doesn't go away, it just moves away from you, but it eventually drains to the river, Mississippi. Also wanted to just point out for context in case people were curious, there's also the North Fork and the Middle Fork system that also drains into the Mississippi, right, and meets the Mississippi near Elk River. And so you guys know your area well, you can probably tell where this yellow line kind of goes around. Anything there will also drain directly into the Mississippi. And then, sorry, this is a little hard to read. This was off the Watershed District's website, but this is the Middle Fork, just right below it, just south of Paynesville. So we've got, New London, Green Lake, all that. That also is the same, where I know the water flows through these lakes in this way through Calhoun and then goes. So I'll just point out that I have a family cabin on Calhoun. And someday it might be my retirement home, and I want my lake to be clean someday. And I still want to have the same fish that I caught when I was a kid there. And so that's one of the big things that's really compelling about this is, we sell over 1 million fishing licenses in Minnesota every year. And the thing, sorry? Okay, I couldn't hear you. Oh.
I think so that we have time for a couple questions. Are you ready for those?
Oh, yeah. Well, have I gotten to my time yet?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then I just want to put up the training program here to remind people that we have a training program where either you, if you manage your own parking lot and sidewalk, or you are a manager, can benefit from taking the trainings and get a certification for it. These things are they're very important for, learning new skills and reducing your salt level. And then also, if you hire it out, we would encourage you to ask that the person that you hire is certified in these areas so that they use less salt than they may have in the past.
All right. If you could put that information into the chat for where people can find that, that would be awesome.
Yep. Here, it's right here. Would you like me to put the link in the chat so that it's easier to click on?
Yes, that would be great.
Yeah. So I would encourage everyone to watch our promo video for the training, and then also my training program website is here, and sign up for the newsletter if you're interested. But I can do that. But yes, I'm open.
Okay. Did anybody have questions for Angie?
I did have one actually. When you're talking about the shallow wells out in the country, like what's considered shallow well, like depth-wise, I guess?
I'm not the monitoring people. They have a specific definition. I could find that out for you. I mean, it's more about, do you think wherever you're accessing the water, do you think you're really accessing like a deep aquifer, or is it something higher up that is closer to the top that can vary, whereas the deep aquifers kind of take a long time to filter down? But I could find that out.
I can maybe contribute to an answer on that. Shallow wells are going to be defined as something that doesn't go through what they call a confining layer of clay. So a confining layer is going to be impermeable and keep surface activity away from an underground aquifer. If you're pulling from water above that, that could be a shallow well if it is under 50 feet in depth.
Who answered that?
This is Jim with Trout Companies in St. Cloud.
Okay, thanks, Jim.
Anybody else have questions or comments? Well, thank you for joining us today, Angie. The chlorine is definitely a big issue for us and something we all need to be aware of, and I really appreciate you sharing your information today.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Thanks for coming out. All right, next. Great job. Next, we're gonna see if Laura could please, she's gonna post the picture of the icon that is the secret square today. So again, when you identify who has the secret square, private message that person's name to the chamber, and then we will draw for the winner of that after the door prizes. All right, we are ready for updates from our Sauk Rapids partners. First up, we have
So the most important thing is to join us this afternoon for cocktails, curiosity, and conversation. Just rolls right off the tongue. That's at 4:30 today, 4:30 to 5:30. We've got a special variety show for you with some people you're going to know and entertainment that you're going to enjoy. Teresa is going to introduce us to a Christmas cocktail and a chance to do some small group networking. This is our Christmas party. We sure hope you'll enjoy it. You still can sign up. 4:30 to 5:30 this afternoon, kick off kind of the weekend. Please do plan to join us. We are also, that wraps us up for this year, but we're kicking things off right away on January 6th, which is a Wednesday, with lunchtime learning at noon, obviously, and it's retain first, hire second. This is going to be taught by Betsy Lund-Ross of Lund-Ross, PA. She's going to cover things like incentives beyond wages, finding top talent, using assessment tools to make sure you've got the best fit, and a variety of other tips on making sure that you keep the employees you have and find the best fit for future employees. Also on January 6th is the session's priorities. This is a program sponsored by the Minnesota Chamber. Normally it's in the cities of the 1,000 people. It costs $150, but brought to you special online is an hour-and-a-half program, $50 if you register in advance. And it's an opportunity to hear from our elected officials what they think will happen in the 2021 legislative session. It will be the leaders of the House and the Senate, and Governor Tim Walz has been invited. And it's a moderated conversation. So we encourage you to join us for that, and you can learn more about that by going onto our website and getting the details. And one final thing I want to share, I know there's been some confusion because we keep changing things around here. Imagine that. But for both Wake Park and Sauk Rapids, going forward, the Zoom room opens at 11:15, so feel free to join us then and make sure everything's working. At 11:30, we'll get into small group networking groups. And then at 11:45, we'll start with the introductions. So that, whatever you read, trust us, 11:15, 11:30, 11:45, starting in January.
All right, thank you, Gail. Next up, we have Todd Schultz with the City of Sauk Rapids.
All right, thank you. Well, it's the end of the year, and what that means for local governments is it's budget time. So at our last City Council meeting of the year, which was this past Monday, we adopted our budget for 2021. And I'm happy to say, after being here for as long as I have, we've been working really hard at reducing our tax rates. And we have, as of this coming year, going to have the lowest tax rate in the St. Cloud immediate area of the 5 major cities here. We dropped 2.1% in terms of our tax rate this coming year. So we're really, really excited about that. Most of our businesses and residents may actually see a reduction in their taxes this year. So really, really excited about that. Our 10-year average for our levy is actually 1.2%. So if you think about that in terms of cost of living, we've actually only been increasing our budget by 1.2% over the last 10 years. So something we're really happy about. That's all I have. Does anybody have any questions specific for the City of Sauk Rapids that I could maybe answer?
If anybody has questions for Todd, you can just pipe up. I don't see anybody.
All right.
All
right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Todd.
Thanks, Todd. All right, next up we have Brad with Sauk Rapids Rice School District.
Good afternoon, everybody. Sauk Rapids Rice Public Schools continues to be in a distance learning model for our pre-K through 12 students. We'll be in that model through January 8th, 2021. Speaking of learning models, we are still sifting our way through the information that was shared yesterday and the governor's announcement for elementary education. We weren't really aware that this was going to be going on, so we got lots of questions and lots of information that we need to try to put together before we can share with everybody in the community what that's going to look like, but we'll continue to do that. Also, we continue to make progress on the new Pleasant View Elementary School. We do a drone flyover periodically, about once a month. I encourage you to go to our website, One Storm, One Future, and you can see the actual footprint of what the building is going to look like. And these are very exciting times for us, to say the least. And then I'd like to ask Lisa Brown just to share a message in regards to the Education Foundation. Lisa.
Thank you, Brad. The Sauk Rapids Rice Education Foundation in the past has always been kind of the fundraising arm for the district to provide extra items into our classrooms. And we've done that mainly through our Stars of the Storm event. Unfortunately, this year we were not able to hold that event, and looking forward as we're trying to plan for next year, not sure if that would happen again. And so the foundation has really switched to more of a corporate sponsorship model, where we will be going to those folks who have been sponsors of the event in the past and asking if they would be willing to be a corporate sponsor for the entire year. That money is really important. We just had 11 grant requests totaling about $11,900. And we were able to give out 7 of those 11 grants for a total of $5,000. And those items are just so important to our classrooms and to our students that we really want to be able to continue to do that. So you might be hearing over the next couple months those requests if you're interested in being a corporate sponsor. So just wanted to give you a heads up on that. And thank you so much for your support. We truly appreciate it.
Thank you, Brad, and thank you, Lisa. All right, Secret Square is closed now. Laura is going to stop taking names and prepare for the drawing. Today's Secret Square is Brian Giles from Advantage One Insurance, and each month now, whoever is the Secret Square is also the business spotlight. So, Brian, would you please share some information about your company?
Thank you. Obviously, it's not real visible on me today. Advantage One Insurance. We've been around for over 25 years. Advantage One has, locations obviously here in St. Cloud. We have an office in Holdingford, Albany, Sauk Center, Long Prairie, Piers, a couple of people out in Colorado as well. So we have a lot of different locations. We serve a lot of different local communities, obviously in the St. Cloud area and surrounding areas. As an independent insurance agency, we represent multiple different companies, so we can kind of shop around for the right program and get you a competitive pricing for both business and personal insurance. We also have a person that's designated just as a farm expert, so we can write a lot of farms, which there's a lot of those in this area, and also do a lot of life and health insurance as well. So we're just kind of a rounded agency, write a lot of different things and can do a lot of different things. So I'll leave it at that. I know I had a minute, probably already done. So give us a call if you have any questions or if you'd like to have us quote your insurance. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Brian. Good job. And thank you again for participating and doing the Secret Square for us this month. Next up, we will do announcements and testimonials. So please raise your virtual hand if you have an announcement or testimonial to share. We are a little short on time, so we'll do maybe 2 to 3 depending on time here. So not too much here. So let us know. It looks like Carmen I see here first. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right, I just wanted to share with everyone, I know we're kind of sliding into the holidays here. On the 4th, Advantage Chiropractic is going to be doing a Zoom. We're going to be doing a 10-day clean eating, metabolic clearing kind of thing. If you guys would like to, reach out to me, let me know, and I can get you guys signed up for that.
Awesome, thank you, Carmen. Next, I see Jim Grinke from Trout.
All right, thanks. And very important information today from the Mpca. If you would like to do your part to help protect Minnesota lakes, streams, and groundwaters, I put some contact in the story chat, but please contact me and I can give you further information on how you can have operation of your water softener be most efficient to reduce water softener impact in the chloride levels of Minnesota lakes, streams, and groundwater as well.
Awesome, thank you, Jim. And then last here we have Roxanne Ryan.
Oops. Oops. Hello, this is for the Forever Companions pet cremation. Not too long ago, a close family friend of mine, their dog passed away, and it was very traumatic. The husband was at work, the dog passed away in the son's bedroom. Got a call, everybody was crying and sobbing, and what do we do about it? And so we were able to call Forever Companions. They came, they picked up their pet, they were able to get it cremated. They said it was one of the most respectful situations they could have ever imagined. So at a hard time, they were there, and they just can't thank them enough. So I highly recommend them if you need that service.
Sue? Oh, okay.
Angela, did you have something you wanted to add?
Yes, if you don't mind, unless there's someone else that needs to say something priority. I just wanted to show one case, since you were asking for case studies, I wanted to show one case study to you. I think it's powerful because it comes from a very large campus that I think almost all of you are familiar with. Anyone heard of Mayo Clinic in Rochester? This is a case study from them. They took our training 2 years ago in 2018. And as soon as they took it, they brought all 3 of their crews there. And you can imagine that coming in, they were a little skeptical because they have we all are concerned about the safety of the people that use our property, but they have a very specific and diverse and a lot of visitors that are medically vulnerable that would have a hard time with a slippery sidewalk, right? So they're very, very aware of that. And that was their top concern. And yet after taking, using some of the tools they learned about, like more mechanical removal, having better weather tools, calibrating equipment, using liquids, and then also just like simple things, you almost wouldn't think this would work really, but doing really simple things like putting up signs. Nick told a very specific story about this sidewalk that happened to be right off the bus stop. And it was always really icy and people were always falling on it. And they weren't that good at walking. And he literally just put up a sign that said, "Caution slippery." And the falls just from that were cut in half. Overall, they track slips and falls very, very closely. And he said that there was a decrease in the slips and falls in winter after they implemented everything. And not only that, they ended up saving hundreds of thousands of dollars in the first year. So that's just something pretty compelling to think about. So
okay,
that was
thanks
my
for
case
sharing,
study.
Angie.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
All right, sorry. All right, next up we have our door prize drawings. We do have 5 door prizes to draw for, and then we will do the secret square after that. So we will do the door prizes here. All right, 17, we have Jim Grunke. Number 33, we have Hannah Baston. Number 1, we have Brian Jarl. Number 29, we have Todd Schultz.
He's still here? Todd still here?
Yep, I see.
There he is.
Yep, I'm still here.
Is that 4 or 5?
There's 5 total.
There's 5 total.
There's 5 plus 1.
Sorry, sorry,
my bad. Yep.
One more here. Number 27 is Brad Bergstrom.
Brad left.
Brad left. All right. All right, so number 11 is Stacy Coral. So those are winners. Megan, do you want to let us know? I didn't have here what they won.
Yeah, everybody wins something different. We've got some phone chargers and phone stands and some treats, coffee and a Rock Creek gift card, and a little holiday baking set.
Awesome. Thank you to Gate City Bank for all that. Next up, we have the Secret Square winner. So we're getting that set up right here. Looks like we had 7 people that guessed it correctly. All right, great job to Sarah Forsyth. Thanks for everybody that noticed and was guessing in on that.
Well, thank you, Gate City Bank, for hosting today, and Angie from the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency for sharing all the information. Thanks, everyone, for attending today. Have a great holiday.
Everybody have a great Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Say, Megan, how do we get our door prize?
I will get in contact with you.
Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching.
Awesome. Thanks for the prize.
Yep.
You bet.
And I'm looking for that blue tree.
Hopefully next year.
Merry Christmas,
Happy
everybody.
holidays. Thanks.
Happy holidays, Jim. Take care.